Hey, what's up, folks? This is Gray here, and today we're going to talk about a subject that everybody's pretty familiar with, is everyday carry, EDC. I'm going to kind of specialize in this aspect, and what I mean by that is USB electronics specifically, and why I think they could be essential to someone's EDC or everyday carry, depending if you have a bag like mine, something like this that I carry around. Or if you carry things on your pocket, this might not be as effective for you as it is for me. And I'm going to explain why. I'm going to go over two products that I have here to kind of show you why that for me this is beneficial for my EDC, and why. Because a lot of people will talk about, I had this in my bag, I had this in my bag, this is in my pocket, this is this and that. And I get that. But sometimes we need to go a little bit further than that and explain, like, why do we carry some of this stuff? And maybe this will make sense to you, maybe it won't, but as always, I will look forward to reading your comments. And after that, after you watch this video, and if you get any value, I'd appreciate the thumbs up if you can. And I also want to look at the aspect of, what do you think of my processes? What I mean by, when I go over this and explain why I'm using these two products, I'm not going to go through the entire bag, that'll be too long of a video. But we'll just dive into these two products and why I have these two products. And if you guys want to see a full, breakdown of what's in this bag and what Gray carries around with him all the time, sure, I can do that for you folks. Just leave that down in the comments as well. But I want to hear if you think something like this would work for you. And if not, what do you use for your EDC? Do you have specific types of equipment you carry, specific bags? Do you just carry what's in your pocket? Some people will consider EDC just what they carry on their persons outside of carrying a bag. But literally, this bag goes everywhere I go. So it's literally an everyday carry. I like it better than a backpack just because it's more readily accessible. But like I said, that's for another video. Anyways, what I'm going to look into is two things. And okay, so let's say you're in a situation, right? And you're with possibly a family member, your wife, your children, or a friend or whoever that may not be as emergency prepared. They don't have that mindset of emergency preparedness, and you're a team basically. Something goes off and it's just the two of you. You're a team, and they might not be prepared. So how can you have some things in your bag to make things a little bit more smoother? That can benefit you as well as your partner or whoever you have that's with you in this situation. So let's look at a couple things. First, I'm going to look at comms, right? And I'm going to be honest with you folks. What I'm going to be going over, these are very, very basic, simple to use stuff. The reason I'm doing this is because if I hand this to someone, I don't want them to be like, what do I do? You know what I mean? I don't want them to get confused. I want it to be as simple as possible. I don't want to have, and I don't want to hand them my Baofeng UB5R or one of my other communications devices, and they look at it like, it's, Greek to them. They're like, what is this? What do I do? I want them to be able to push the button, turn it on, and rock out. So I'm going to go over these two devices as well. What do I got here? Let me open this bag up, as well as some lighting, because communications is huge, as well as, being able to see. Especially if you're in a dark environment. So we'll go ahead and pull these two things out. Here we go. And the reason there's two of them is because I want to be able to hand, hey, you take these, I got these, let's move. Hopefully that makes sense to you folks out there in regards to that. So what we're looking at is the ThruNite Archer Mini. And I keep the boxes of all my stuff. And I've reached out to a lot of manufacturers and said, hey, I want something basic and simple, and sometimes they'll work with me. The ThruNite Archer Mini is a very simple flashlight to use. It has two settings. And then over here to the, I forget which this is, the RB28B, okay? B is in Bravo. These are comms, and these are FRS radios, and we'll go into the specs of both of them here in a second, but I want to kind of dive into it a little bit. And then the other thing that's very important to me is if it's a long-term situation, why I carry this. This is a portable battery, of course, with this whole solar situation here and multiple outlets. So we're going to go over that as well. So these are going to be the three things that we're doing, and basically that's kind of why I'm here with this whole EDC electronic USB devices, because they're very simple to use. So let's, for instance, before we get into specs and all that stuff like that, and I will show you this day and night if you care to, and just a real quick test of this. Maybe I'll grab Lady Gray out the garden and have her, walk up to the front of the house. These are going to be limited, folks. This is like, let's say if you're in a building, if you're in a block radius, if you're in a short place within 2-mile range or whatnot, this is where this is going to be effective at. The lights are actually a lot more beneficial, surprisingly, for how small and compact they are. Now, the reason I say this is I'm going to go ahead and I love what are these called? These bread ties, little ties and stuff like that, because it keeps things together, and they're easy to use, and I can use other purposes. So I have 2 of them, and the reason I have 2 of them, I'm going to go ahead and flip this up, and I will show you as I'm talking how I use this. So this is my brick. I think this is like, I don't know, 10,000, 10,500. I forget the specs on this. I'm not really focusing on this. I'm kind of focusing on that. But the main thing is it's solar powered, solar, able to regenerate itself via solar. But I keep it charged all the time. Even when I'm in my vehicle, I open this up and I set it on my dash, so it's always charged. Because of course, that sun is radiating through the front windshield. So basically, I have 2 devices, right? And you can plug these in just like this. So now I have 2 outputs. And what I really like about this, I'm more of a fan of the USB Type-C connections, but I do keep multiple different types of connections. I don't even own an iPhone, and I keep iPhone connections in there just because you never know how it might be beneficial to someone else. And it's just lightweight, and it doesn't really take up much room. So the ThruNites, to charge them, you're just going to unscrew these guys here, and we'll get a close-up while I'm talking about this, and I'll show you how these plug in. And I'll screw this one back to show you how easy it is to charge. All right, so now that we're looking at this down here, you can see here, basically all I'm doing is plugging these in and charging them. And like I said, right here is how you unscrew this and charge them. And then they're both charged. You can see the red light on both that are both charging. There you go. And here we go. These are both charging. So if they drain out, if I'm in a situation where I can't get exactly home, or if it's going to be more of a long-term situation, kind of that hike or whatnot, just due to whatever situation may arise, I have a way to charge these up. Or for whatever reason, I forgot to charge them and they're in my bag. I have a way to get these power, and I can charge both of them at the same time. All right, so moving on from that, and I'll get into the specs of both of these of the flashlights and the radios, just so you have an idea of what I'm doing and why I carry them. And the real, being that we're still on the flashlights itself, simple operation how to use this flashlight. Basically, this button here turns it on, and if you double tap, it gives you the brighter setting. And I'll go through those settings here in a minute. Matter of fact, I guess we could just go and just I have my notes here, and they're basically very simple notes. Where am I at? Here's my Archer Mini, and these run about anywhere from 20 to 30 bucks, depending on where you find them on. You always look for deals. That's how I look for things. That's, to me, the best option possible. Here are my settings here. All right, so to kind of get into the specs of this ThruNite Archer Mini, basically, I mean, the tail switch is very easy to access here, and like I said, we'll do close-ups of this on and off as I'm talking, so that you can see the tail switch right there and whatnot. And it also comes with the clip as well. And funny enough, I know you guys have seen me do this in the past, where you can clip these things to your hat and whatnot. And this one is definitely a lot more effective to clip to your hat than that other one that I was doing the other day, which is really huge. Matter of fact, if you want, I guess you wanted to do, you can do dual. But again, we're looking at two people in your group here. So in low, it's 18 lumens at 7.5 hours. We got high at 405 lumens to 150. So basically, at 405 lumens, you're going to get 2.8 minutes out of this. Remember, this is a small compact unit. And it'll downgrade to 157 lumens for 52 minutes. And then we have a strobe at 355 lumens at 110 minutes if you prefer to use the strobe. Again, like I said, has a pocket clip, built-in USB Type-C charging. Includes the cable in the box. That's what you would get in this box here. Basically, the light, the clip, and the charging cable, which is nice because some things don't come with charging cables anymore. Anyways, let me go ahead and show you the brightness at night versus during the day, because you guys probably won't be able to see this during the day, but we'll go ahead and look at it. So here we are. It's nighttime, and I'm going to go ahead and put this on low. And you can see there, it's low. And I'm going to go ahead and switch it over to high here in a second. And you can see there's the high. And as you can see, a lot more throw on this. and you can see up, I can see further into the trees and whatnot, but you can see how this might be beneficial. Let's say you're in the middle of a Walmart and all hell breaks loose and the lights go out, and it can be beneficial to you. Now, I didn't want to show the strobe option at night. I just didn't see the sense in it, but you can tap this. I mean, I can do it to you real quick. You can tap it 3 times and you can see it strobing on me right now. But these are very easy to use. Like I said, tail switch, boom, once, you got low, boom, you tap it, double tap, you're in high, triple tap, you got strobe. Very simple operation on these little ThruNites. And they're a beast for what they are. You know what I mean? For the price point and how versatile, lightweight, and everything that they are, they're amazing. Amazing little product. You know what I mean? And this is, when it comes to EDC, you're looking at weight. Weight is a big issue. So let's kind of move on to these are Retevis RB28Bs, Bravo, 28 Bravos. And the reason I can't remember all the different little specifications and specific names. That's why I like to keep these things up so I can refer back to them. But you have your charging port here on the side, okay? And they also easily plug in, and I can plug both of these in here and get them charging on this little solar brick that I have. To me, the solar brick is very beneficial for so many different things, even for your phone and stuff like that. Now I got both of these things charging. Like I said, for any type of long-term situation, it's nice to have a way to recharge your gear, especially your electronics, your EDC electronics. That's a huge factor. So having a product that can do that is truly beneficial. So like I said, they're both charging. They'll show charging lights on the top. I'll get a close-up of these. Again, like I sort of sitting here, so you can see the charging light. You can see the front of these here. They're pretty basic, like I said. And then to turn them on, basically they're very simple. I'm going to unplug these first and then kind of show you how you turn them on. And you can put mics and stuff like this and headsets to these guys as well. They have all the things right here. You can put your headset and your mic above your USB charging port. But all you do is you're going to hold these down. And hold these down. Simple. And what I can do real quick, if you want me to show you, I can get Lady Grey to grab one of these and show you how it sounds. And they're very loud. And to turn them up and down, you can, and I'll get a close-up of this, is you can just push that up button and it'll go as loud as it can. You push the down button and that drops the volume as well. And then of course that center button will give you what channel you're on and whatnot. And then of course here on the red side, you're going to depress this here to make that call and go from there. So to kind of do a voice test, I'm going to cut away for a second and I will have Lady Grey just give me a Bravo Charlie or something like that out in front of the house. I'm not going to go too far with her and make her walk around in this hot sun. All right, folks, so through the magic of editing, Lady Grey has the other walkie, and I'm just going to give her a little ring so that you can kind of hear the clarity of this. The mic's right here, so it should be able to pick it up very well. I'll use, let me see, Lima Golf for Lady Grey. And then I'll use, I don't know, I'm just going to come up with something. Anyway, I'm going to stick to what I was originally going to do. I don't know why I'm trying to think outside the box and just going crazy with this, but Bravo Charlie, can you copy?
Copy, heard you.
Can you hear me loud and clear?
Heard you loud and clear, thank you.
Thank you, Bravo Charlie. I appreciate you participating in this video.
Over and out. Copy
that, over and out. So folks, you can kind of see the simplicity of that radio. She's never seen these radios because I've had these in my bag for quite some time. I've been teaching her other things about more of my advanced radios and stuff like that. All right, so now that I got both of them back, like I said, just to shut them off, you're just going to hold this down and it turns them right off. All right, folks, so let's kind of look at the specs real quick on these two radios real fast. They are FRS radios. Like I said, it's the RB28 Bravo. 22 channels, 2 watts at max power, half a watt at low power, and of course, depending on how well it's charged, of course, you're going to get your power there. I don't have a way to test them. I'm not that sophisticated just yet. 1500 milliamp battery, weighs about 127.7 grams, 3.7 volts DC. That's basically the breakdown of that. Now, what I really want to hear from you folks is, and folks, what I'll do for you is I'll make sure that I put all the links to these products down there in case you are interested in it. It'll be an Amazon affiliate link. To myself, of course, if anybody ever clicks on that kind of stuff, to be transparent, the channel does benefit very small. Let's say if you were to buy these radios, I might get $1. So it's not like I'm getting rich off this stuff or not. But I really just want to inform and educate my viewers. And like I said, if you guys want, I'll throw this brick down there as well. I had done a review on this in the past. I'll throw that link up here so that you guys can click on it. It's a very old review, right when I first started out YouTube, so it should be fun to watch, if anything, and whatnot. I'll put that down here below. But please, I want to hear from you folks. Two things. One, if you did get any value that, I don't mind the thumbs up. That would be truly appreciated. If you didn't, do what you got to do. Interaction is interaction at this point. Also, what I also want to say is I want to know what you think of this whole thing of me doing doubling up, having something to hand, someone else that's with me in a time of crisis, and having that EDC accessible to them, not only being everyday carry for myself, but having something that I can hand off to my wife, my daughter, my son, a friend, whoever it may be that I'm teaming up with at that point, because they may not be as prepared as I am. I try to get everybody around me as prepared as possible, but maybe they forgot that day, or whatever that situation may be. I'd like to hear from you. Would you do something like this? Do you think this is something smart to do for an everyday carry situation? And let me know. Let me know down in the comments. And do you guys carry bags? Do you just carry on your person? I know people are going to ask, like, do you carry a firearm? Yes, I do. The firearm's right here. Again, if you guys want to see me do some sort of full breakdown, because this will be a long video, the full breakdown of what's in this bag and what I carry every day. I carry a lot. It's almost like a get-home bag, but I have that in the back of my vehicle as well. I'm just, I guess, over-prepared, if that's even a word or term or a concern of folks. I'd rather be way over-prepared than not prepared at all, or just caught off guard. So please put all that information down in the comments. Ask questions. I love to interact with you folks. Truly appreciate that. Again, be safe out there. Know that you're not alone, folks. You have myself and the great community always here for you. Please, if anything, you ever have any issues at all, please feel free to email me. If you're in the Discord, please, you can direct message me or whatnot. I try to answer as best as I can and as fast as I can with time allotted. Other than that, this is GreyMan. I'm out. I'll see you guys in a rebound. God bless.